Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. My name is Twiggy Adonis. Today I'll be showing you some locals gameplay. The next, I think, 4 videos, I lost one due to the data transfer, but we have 4 games for you today. I'll be commentating over them to explain my thought process, to show you what I'm thinking inside of a game. Today I decided to bring Doflamingo to this local tournament. I was debating between him, Usopp, Teach, but I decided to go with Doflamingo. And my opponent here is going to be playing Smoker. He's a relatively new to the One Piece scene, but he has really enjoyed it. And so we'll get right into the video. So I believe I kept my first hand. Yep, and that's pretty good. I have 2 searchers, so I am super down to keep this. Now getting into this first Perona stack here, I've got a Boa. I want to play her next turn. I'll probably grab the 2K at the top, and then the Jozu Pudding and Jozu I can just put at the bottom, and I can always bottom deck them later, or search over them if needed. So I'll go ahead and pass here. Not much I can do. I can't attack on the first turn, of course. If you're new to One Piece, I'll try to explain some things as I go. So he's going to tap 1 Dawn. He gets 2 Dawn because he's going second. He also gets to draw a card when you go second. I did not get to draw a card, but he also can't attack this turn. So he's searching through. He's going to grab a Chopper there with the Sanji's body. It's a really good card. It's a 2K counter and a blocker that gains plus 2,000 power, and with his leader Smoker, he's able to gain another 1,000. So I'm going to go ahead and draw my card, go ahead and attach that to Dawn. I'm going to tap and summon the Boa. She allows me to look at the top 3 of the stack, rearrange it, which I've already arranged it, doesn't really matter, but I can also attach a Rested Dawn to a leader or character, and so I'm going to swing 8k at him, so a really, really big swing early on, and he's going to take that hit. Getting into the next turn, I pass, and right now I'm thinking with my hand, I have Geckos, I have Gravity Blades, so I'm not super worried about him trying to flood the board. But I know I'm also going to have Jozu come up next turn. I also have this Sengoku, so I can search, try to find something, play something if I need to. If not, I'll probably search, go 7 and 7, and just go from there. So he's in the think tank right now. He's trying to figure out what he's going to do. I do have it sped up a little bit. I think it's at 1.5 times speed. But he's going to go ahead and go 5 into my leader here. I usually take the first hit with Doflamingo just to get more card advantage, to see more options. He's going to play double Rosinante, so he's got a very defensive start here. And me being Doflamingo, I am the proactive deck. I am trying to make them react to what I'm doing rather than me reacting to what they're doing. So I'm just going to go with the Sengoku and probably swing 7/7 here, if I remember correctly. Yes. And so I'm going to search through, so I can really only take Dofi or the 2K. I'm going to take the 2K. I already have the 7-cost Dofi in hand from what I took from life, and a 2K is just going to allow me to have some defensive power for later in the game. So I am going to go swing 7. Now, Boa is a blocker, so I could have left her standing so I could block with her later, but with this deck, I rarely use her as a blocker. I only use her as a blocker if I'm like in dire straits. Most of the time, she is just going to be a very, very potent attacker. Right there, he gives me the blocker, and I'm going to go 7 and delete. I'm going to blind fire, and it's another Boa. I was kind of like, oh, we're gaming. I think that stack's good the way I drew it, so I just kind of reversed it so I could draw the Sengoku, play a Law if I need to bounce like a Tashigi or that Rosinante blocker, and we're off to the races. So another 8k swing at him. He's already blocked once, so he's going to go ahead and take that. So he's already down to 2 life. He is on the ropes. I've had a pretty good start here, I will say. Now, we'll see. I believe this turn he's got 6 Dawn up, so he's probably going to be playing his Smoker, and Smoker's going to restand him a bunch of Dawn, and he's going to play something else. So in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, he's probably going to play a Tashigi. If he's got another Rosinante, he could play Rosinante. He could play a Searcher plus something. But he hasn't swung yet. He's just going to go with the Smoker play, restand 3 Dawn, 1 from his leader ability, and 1 from his Smoker, 2 from his leader ability. And so he's going to sit there and think about what he wants to play. I think he's doing the math in his head right now. I remember what he does this turn. He's going to tap for Mulgun. We'll see it here in just a second. Yep, and he had to kind of explain to me what it does, so that's why he's kind of pointing at it. Just because I'm not super familiar with this deck. I know the general basics, but the fine print on most of the cards, I was unfamiliar until we played a game. So I'm going to go ahead and give him a Gecko. I have 2 in hand. Now, there's an argument to take there. There's actually, I could have just blocked that, so I don't know what I'm doing. All right, that was a mistake. Always got to remember that if he's just going to fire a furry 5k attack, to use your boa as a blocker. I said I almost never block with her, and I think that mentality does hurt me sometimes, so do as I say, not as I do. I'm going to swing 5 into his leader. I'm not doing leader ability. I think I've pressured him a decent amount. I'm just going to try to get that smoker off the board before he places down a Tashigi to protect it. And he's in the think tank. What does he want to pitch? It's going to give me a Tashigi, so pretty good. I'm always happy to see that card go to the trash. He's going to give me that chopper he searched earlier. So we know that the one card we knew in his hand, we don't know it anymore. So his hand's blind to us. I'm going to play Jozu, bounce back my Perona. Now I'm bringing back Perona so that I can search for my Red Rocks because I can't grab them with the Sengoku. So I'd rather look for a Red Rock, and I do find it right there. So now I'm just going to kind of reorganize my hand because this deck, the Red-Green Smoker, likes to play 8-cost Kid, and it's a very effective 8-cost Kid deck. It kind of walls you out if you're not able to handle that. So I want to keep an option. I want to draw that Red Rock, and then I also have the Law so that I can use my leader ability, play the Law, bounce Tashigi, and then bottom deck the 8-cost Kid. So we're going back. I'm feeling pretty confident. I feel like I have an answer for pretty much anything that he plays. He is at 8 Dawn at the moment, I believe. And I also am testing this 7-cost Doflamingo. I might drop it to 1 copy. I just threw 2 copies in for this locals because I was quickly putting the deck together right before the tournament, and I was like, yeah, I'll just toss in the Doflamingos because I've seen some people use them and I wanted to test them out. I don't think I played it in any of the games that you'll see from this local. But I do think 1 copy is actually pretty good, just because it does allow you to deal with stuff. If they've managed to like pop all your small bodies, you can still use Doflamingo, and you're not as reliant on having something like a body on field like Jozu to bounce stuff. So it also hits 1 cost higher, but you're losing a lot of power and counter. So he's going to play a Smoker and Tashigi here. This was the play that I was not necessarily worried about. I was just, you have to have a way to deal with it because the Smoker is very, very strong. The Tashigi protects that Smoker, and the Rosinante protects it from getting KO'd. So, very, very powerful. Yep, so I'm going to go ahead and take. I'm going to draw my card, draw that Red Rock, restand all my stuff. I need to start doing it in the order of like restand, draw, and then do my Dawn, but I will do it multiple different ways throughout this tournament. I am very, very bad. I also need to untap my leader there. That is a slight mistake, but again, my locals, or at least this store in particular, we're not super competitive. We're just here to have fun, play some games, and enjoy each other's company. So I'm going to bounce the Perona back with the Law, bounce the Tashigi, and then there is an argument to use the Red Rock and just bottom deck the Smoker there. But there's also an argument to just swing face really, really hard and force him to give me a bunch of cards and a bunch of, give me his blocker and everything like that. So, yep, I swing 7, he gives me the blocker. I'm going to swing 7 again. And again, the reason I'm not using Red Rock is because I kind of want to save it for an 8-cost Kid in case he plays that down in the final turn. So I'm going to go 7 again. He is on the ropes. His hand is getting smaller and smaller. He's been pitching a lot of cards, been using a lot of blockers. Let's see. Yeah, I've got quite a bit of counter in my hand. I decided to play the Sengoku to try to find just I think more 2Ks is what I'm looking for here. You could argue to take something else, but I think having more 2Ks is fine. I'm going to play Gecko Moria. Yep, just as a extra body to swing with if he tries to deal with my board. I'm going to grab back the Boa because it's my only option. So yeah, not a terrible turn. Maybe not the most optimal turn. There's an argument to be made of. I had 4 done. I could have possibly went for game there, done a 7-9. I don't know if I would have gotten it, but there's an argument that I would have if I had just gone for game. But I do tend to play slightly safe. But with the hand that I have, I probably shouldn't have. Probably should have just went way harder. But I tend to be fairly cautious as a player. Yeah, so he's deep in the think tank right now. He's trying to figure out some way out of this situation that I've presented to him, because I have 5 attacks coming at him. Potentially 6 if I wanted to swing with Sengoku, but 5 really solid 7k swings. He's going to play another Smoker. He's going to untap all his Dawn. Yep, get 3 back. Now, if he goes for my life with the Smoker, I'm probably going to counter out. If he goes for it with his leader, I will probably take. He's going to play a Tashigi, so he's got some protection going on there. He's got 1 Dawn left over. Oh, actually, no, he already tapped that Dawn. He's going to do a Sanji there. So he's got a blocker up. And I'm just reading the card really quick to make sure that I can remove a red character. If I so choose. But now that I'm thinking about it, yeah, so I think he swung 6 at me. So yeah, just give him a 2k. He's going to swing 7. I'm just going to give him a 2k and a 1k. Oops, sorry about that. Accidentally hit my tripod. I'm not used to having it yet. This is the first night that I've had this tripod, so I'm going to restand all my stuff. I've got a ton of swings coming at him, and there's an argument to bounce stuff, but I am just going to swing a bunch of 7s, force him to have the answer, and yeah, so 7 low Dawn commitment. I always try to start out with the low Dawn commitment. I'm trying to swing just 7s here. So he's got to give me a 2k, a 1k, or he's got to give me that blocker, and I don't care if he like blockers and counters out because it's 1 card less in his hand. So yeah, he's going to go ahead and use the chopper to protect. That lets me know that 7s is probably a really good number to go for. He's going to go ahead and take, so he can't counter out, and I will just end the game with a 14k swing. I was looking at my life. But with that further ado, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know if you found my commentary helpful or insightful or entertaining. If you have any more comments, questions, and concerns, please let me know down in the comments below. And like and subscribe if you like it. So I will see you all in the next one.